Welcome to Building Blocks Introduction to Social Entrepreneurship. I'm Irene. Thanks for joining us. A little bit about us. Building Blocks is a global nonprofit launchpad for youths to dream bigger through social entrepreneurship, AI, and design thinking. It was founded by two Columbia University alums, Irene and Justice. We provide a sandbox for youths to tinker, build, and experiment in a global community of peers and mentors. We believe in hands on, experiential learning where failure and iteration are encouraged. And to date, we've been in 5 countries working with more than 350 youths, and we're so excited for you to join our global community. For more information, check out our website. In this lesson, we'll cover 3 parts. First, what is a startup? Then, we'll look into what social entrepreneurship is, also known as social ventures. Finally, we'll wrap up with a discussion on you and social entrepreneurship, best practices, additional toolkits, and additional resources. Throughout this lesson, feel free to pause the video whenever you need. So, let's get started. What is a startup? At its core, startups are typically companies that are small and early that are designed to grow fast. This is the definition from Y Combinator, which is one of the best startup accelerators. You'll hear us referring to this a lot, and we'll link additional resources so you can explore on your own. To go in a little deeper, some characteristics of startups include being innovative, fast moving and growing, and identifying what currently doesn't work and improving them. To look into how startups are different from other businesses, feel free to take a pause here to read through the quote. To summarize, not every company is a startup because startups focus on growth and scale. And for companies to grow really big, there must be a need and a way to serve all those people. Again, we'll link additional resources to more definitions and characteristics along with examples of startups. Now, let's look at the building blocks. These are the building blocks of startups and entrepreneurship mindsets. We'll start first by understanding the problem. Who are our customers and users? How big is the problem? And what are different aspects of the problem? Then, we'll encourage you to brainstorm different solutions and articulate our hypotheses and assumptions. You may be familiar with hypotheses through the scientific method that you may have seen in class. We'll use a similar approach here. And to brainstorm, we encourage you to tap into your creativity. Afterwards, we'll tinker with startup toolkits. This will be better understanding our users, using cool tools, and experimenting. We'll get feedback along the way to explore our hypotheses and assumptions further, and we'll also measure success. Finally, we'll continue iterating throughout all of these different processes, which means we'll repeat some of the above building blocks and share our progress with important stakeholders. In the next section, we'll look into what is social entrepreneurship. By definition, social entrepreneurship focuses on social change. They balance the business aspects and needs with positive social impact. Areas for social change may include, but not limited to, education, climate change, health, equity, and more. Here, we really encourage you to think about what kind of impact that you would like to make in your surrounding or global communities. We'll cover some examples of social ventures. Tom's Shoes is a social enterprise known for its original one-for-one model, where for every pair of shoes sold, the company originally donated a pair to a child in need. Second, Grameen Bank provides small loans to low-income individuals, often women in developing countries, to help start businesses and escape poverty. Finally, Bifusion is revolutionizing the construction industry through eco-friendly compression methods. The company converts plastic waste material into cost-effective, construction-grade building blocks. As a company, there are various ways to create social impact. One way, as you can see here, is to provide services and products to underserved communities and individuals. Another way could be to donate part of your profits to a social cause. Yet another way is to embed social change into your business model. This can be done by partnering with socially minded organizations, manufacturing sustainably, employing typically underserved or underprivileged individuals, and so much more. Finally, social entrepreneurship can create social change through problems that you're working on. Let's talk about the why. Why are we focusing on social entrepreneurship? The first is, as future leaders, we encourage you to think about what problems you care about and who you're solving the problem for. With social entrepreneurship, we also invite you to engage in critical thinking and exploration for small and big problems, whether it be in your local communities to start or global issues. Finally, social entrepreneurship is a powerful and creative way to create change. It should be financially sustainable and therefore able to create different types of change. To get started, look through these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to explore different issues that you care about at a global and local level. We'll continue referencing these as well. Now, this final section is about you and social entrepreneurship. With everything we do, it's important to think about what our why is. Your why could be to build your own startup or business. Although this is an exciting goal that we encourage you to consider, this doesn't have to be your only why. Another reason why you're exploring social entrepreneurship is to try something new. Or it could be to get experiences in building and tinkering firsthand. Or to create projects in areas that you care about and dig a little bit deeper. One why that we personally invite you to think about is to adopt this new way of thinking in whatever space that you might find yourself in. Working with social entrepreneurship helps you exercise different lenses to problems. This includes thinking bigger picture with the scale, magnitude, and size of your problems and solutions. Getting used to failure, getting feedback, and trying again. In schools and in our day-to-day lives, it's so easy to think that failure is the end and that it's a bad thing. But in startups, it's a marker of your progress. We also want you to, again, think about critical thinking and continue asking why and digging deeper. Finally, we want you to feel empowered to build and present solutions with and for others. As the latest members of our global building blocks community, we invite you to think about what social impact and change that you see yourself leading. We're excited to support you and empower you to become youth leaders in the areas that you care about for the communities that you care about. Along this note, some best practices that we invite you to keep in mind. Come to our space with an open mind and curiosity. Everyone has unique perspectives to bring, including yourself. Feel free and empowered to ask questions. Be respectful of our community. And again, we want you to not be afraid of failure. They help us shape our future direction and get new learnings. Finally, you won't be perfect, but we want ourselves to lean into trying and iterating. That's a wrap. With the next steps, in terms of next steps, check out our other videos. It's likely that you'll have an in-person experience with us coming up, so bring your excitement and questions. We'll also link a resource library with other resources that you can tap into. Any questions? Feel free to send us an email. That's a wrap. In terms of next steps, check out our other videos. It's likely that you'll also have an in-person experience with us coming up, so bring your excitement and questions. We'll link a resource library with additional readings and websites that you can tap into. Any questions? Feel free to send us an email.